When Corneria begins, the player will find themselves flying over a large body of water. There's only about 3 enemies here, so it's a very low-risk environment. It gives the player time to figure out the controls of the R-Wing. It's also worth mentioning that when the player makes contact with the water, the R-Wing will not get damaged, which is not the case for land. About 30 seconds into the level, Slippy starts getting tailed by an enemy. This is where the game introduces the player to the teammate saving mechanic. Slippy's pretty easy to save this time around. Even if you fail, he doesn't lose all his health either. This encounter teaches the player 2 important details. 1. Your teammates will get in trouble from time to time. And 2. They will get hurt if you fail to back them up. Right from the beginning, Star Fox 64 gives the player a controlled environment for them to experiment with, make mistakes in, and not suffer too much from them. It's a great learning experience for the first-time player. As we proceed into this canyon area, enemies start coming at us in easy-to-recognize patterns. This is another lesson that the game teaches us, as it happens over and over and over again throughout the game. I used to get really annoyed by this next part, but now after taking a second look at it, I have to say it's a very clever part of the game. This little sequence starts with Falco calling for backup as he gets tailed by a bunch of enemy ships. They're too far ahead for you to accurately take them out. Peppy doesn't tell the player about boosting to catch up until it's a bit too late, and as a result, it's not likely that the player will save Falco in time. What the hell, Peppy? Falco isn't as lucky as Slippy, and all of his health gets drained by these enemies tailing him. Lesson learned. There are bigger consequences to not being able to save your teammates in time. This also prevents the player from being able to fight the true boss of Corneria. Yeah, even if the player is able to maneuver their way through all the rock arches, the absence of Falco means that they won't be able to follow him through the waterfall and access the secret area. And so, it's on to the walking boss, where the player will learn another cool mechanic with the game.
All range mode.
This Joker can barely hurt you or your teammates, so this area is the perfect environment for a player to get used to all range mode. So you shoot him a few times in his big silicone backpack, and then you're off to Medio, which just happens to be the level that ends up teaching you how to charge your laser. See where I'm going with this? So now I've gone over a few ways that Corneria interacts with a first-time player, but how does the level interact with somebody who's playing through again? I mean, Star Fox 64 is a game that's meant to be played through multiple times. Have you ever gotten that feeling from a game that you've played before, but you love it, so you play it again, and then, shit, you gotta sit through a bunch of tutorials? Well, this is one of the areas that I think Star Fox 64 really shines. If you've played through the game once already, you possess new skills that you wouldn't have had the first time through. How to handle certain situations, like knowing that a loop is a much more effective way of dispatching enemies that are coming from behind. No, Peppy, I will not use the brake and allow the enemies to crash right into my ass. This time, I'm gonna pull a somersault so now I am tailing them, allowing me to shoot them down with ease. And it feels awesome when you apply these new skills to these old situations. You do much better and it feels satisfying to conquer those challenges in a way that is superior to what you did before. And satisfaction is not just its own reward, the game rewards you itself for doing things better. Remember how you lost Falco the first time through? Well, now you're prepared. This time, I know to deploy my boost early so I can catch up to those enemy ships, shoot them down, and rescue my wingman. Not only do you save Falco, but you also get another reward when you go through all the arches with him alive. I'll never forget how exciting that was the first time it happened to me. I was going through the arches like normal, then all of a sudden we're going through a waterfall and it's a new area. Like, that is badass. Now I'm fighting this boss I've never seen before, and it's exciting, it's new. I'm glad I played through the level again. The game doesn't waste a whole lot of your time, it kinda just lets you take the wheel, and then rewards you greatly for doing something an experienced player would do. This includes the smart bomb that you can get at the beginning of the level if you fly through the square metal arches. That's why this game has stood the test of time so well. It does replayability in a way that's so rewarding, so unforgettable, that people come back to it again and again and again. This game came out 2 decades ago, then it got an HD re-release on the 3DS back in 2011. Proof that the underappreciated genre of rail shooter can be a great game if it plays its cards right. Star Fox 64 is an unforgettable game with an unforgettable first level. And if you haven't played it, I'm gonna pass the controller to you and urge you to do so. Until next time, thanks for watching. Hello everybody, my name is Hayden, and I'd like to thank you all for watching this inaugural episode of Levels 101. I've been wanting to do this show for a while, so it's really exciting for me to finally upload this. I can't wait to hear what you all think of it. Do you want to suggest a game for a future episode? Leave it down in the comment box. And if you haven't had your fill of Star Fox, and you want to see something totally awesome, click the top video there and check out A Fox in Space. It's one guy's independent animated series based on the Star Fox universe. It's really something special, and I think it deserves a lot more attention. If you want some entertaining game design commentary, click the bottom video and check out my good friend The Sneaky Spy's Top 10 Bullshit Things in Mario Party. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.